$100,000 grant from the Environmental Protection Agency. This grant is going to be used to identify brownfield sites in Madison County. We want to highlight and identify identification of brownfields in areas outside the traditional manufacturing corridor. Brownfields, it could be anything from buildings that need to be torn down, contaminated soil, negative impact on public health and our environment.
You know, today the laws are in place that a new gas station comes in or a new facility comes in. And there's certain things that make sure the ground is able to be recouped. And if something would happen, that business would go by the wayside, that you could actually use that land productively. Unfortunately, there's all these pieces out there that are just not productive. They're eyesores, but the biggest problem is they're taken off the tax rolls. They're not they aren't there for the opportunity for them to be beneficial to the communities, whether it's at the county level or the city level.
There's a significant portion of Madison County became industrialized, and in the 20th century was known for granite ware, and later for steel mills, oil refineries, and other heavy industries. The brownfield sites in those areas of the county, primarily in the industrial corridor in the western portion of the county, have been identified and in many cases have or are being addressed. The EPA grant that we're announcing today will enable us to study potential brownfield sites in other areas of the county, including the county's extensive rural areas and in our smaller communities. In those areas, there are former commercial properties such as gas stations, auto dealerships, small manufacturers, and agriculturally related businesses. Most of these facilities are vacant and are showing significant signs of decay. Potential brownfield sites that will be addressed as part of this study range from sites of approximately 80 acres to small former gas stations. Our preliminary work on this project reveals that in a number of rural areas, businesses which at one time supported the industrial facilities in the western part of the county are now abandoned and appear to suffer from contamination.
They started the process to clean up some rural brownfields, some former filling stations and other locations throughout rural Madison County. They're going to be able to put those properties hopefully back on the tax roll so that more business and more economic growth can happen in smaller communities right here in Madison County. The EPA is an agency that the three of us who were here today don't sometimes speak highly of. But this is a part of what the EPA does on a regular basis to ensure that communities, smaller communities, rural communities, have access to funds that have been authorized by Congress to actually clean up some certain areas throughout America.